Hey everyone, so yesterday I was talking with this student from NC State who's been trying out the Hack the Box challenges and he wanted to know more about getting started. They also mentioned this big University CTF competition coming up, which is happening from December 13 to December 15. So, of course, I had to check it out, and it looks like it's the biggest CTF competition of the year for college students with a huge 90,000 prize pool. Students from all over the world will be competing in 18 challenges across 6 categories. So if you're a student, this is a great chance to test your skills and maybe win some prizes. If you're interested, you can find all the details and sign up by clicking the link below. Now, I was inspired by this chat with the NC State student, so I thought I'd walk you through a beginner hack the box challenge called Baby Nginx. This is perfect for learning about data exposure and password cracking. So let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into this hack the box challenge. So I took the IP address and I threw it in the URL. And when I did that, it looks like it redirected me to an auth login page. And here's Nginx, and it's actually called Nginxatsu, I guess, with a nice little Pikachu looking thing. It says here, generate your own Nginx config files. So it looks like all there is a login for an email password and creating a new account. Let's take a look at the page source and see if there's anything that will give us clues. But most likely we would probably, here's that. Let's take a look to see if we can go into the folders, and it doesn't look like it. So let's go back. See if there's anything else we could do. So an auth registration. Okay. Token. All right. Let's see. Some CSS style sheets. I'm not really seeing anything in the source code. So I think it looks like it's gonna want us to create an account, I guess. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, let's take a look at the page source here. It looks like it's the same thing. There's nothing there either. So let's do test. And then the password will be test. Let's go ahead and log in. Test. Okay, so now we're logged in. Generate your own config file. So server name, port. Okay, root to public, index. All right, turn off server tokens. Yes. So here's a location to storage, a route. Okay. Take a look at the source code too. See what's going on. All right. Not really seeing anything. Nothing that stands out anyways. Just a meme. What is just a meme? Let's go ahead and click that. Okay. Not part of the challenge. Interesting. The GIF. So there's some GIF. I'm assuming it's probably the little Pikachu here. All right. So I guess our only options are then to add a route. Okay. That's not going to do anything. So maybe generate config. Okay, so something happened now. Let's click into that and see what's going on. All right, so that redirected us to the config 51. Let's go ahead and throw that in there and see. We don't have access to it. Okay. All right, let's take a look. Okay, so let's read through this code. So this is a raw config code. And I'm noticing there is a link in the bottom left corner there in the storage. So there's a storage Nginx, and then there's some long obfuscated config file. So I'm assuming this is that file. Let's take a look. Okay. So it's just inputting. We sure hope that we don't spill any secrets within the open directory on storage. So that's a nice little hint. I guess that's nice. We kind of saw that based on just hovering over the raw. So that's great. They threw that hint, but it is an easy challenge. So that's positive. Okay. Let's see here. So let's take a look at that. So they mentioned storage, right? So let's click into here and see exactly what all this is. Okay. And here is the storage. So let's go ahead and see. Okay. So that's information disclosure, that we shouldn't be able to have access to the storage information here. And it looks like there are a bunch of files, all obfuscated files. But it looks like there is something down here that is zipped. So that's interesting. So let's click that and see what exactly is going on here. Okay. So we're not able to read any of this. We need to download this and unzip it. So let's go ahead and take that URL and now just throw in what we copied. We're going to just do a wget, which just means that we're downloading this tar file, this backup. It looks like it says DB backup, so it is probably a database backup. We're going to go ahead and download it, and now if we ls, we have it in our file. So let's clear it. Now that we have it in our file, let's go ahead and take a look at the tar.gc. So I'm going to throw you on the screen what that is indicating, but we're going to essentially gonna have to unzip it and unarchive it and to be able to get to the contents of this database backup. So I'm going to throw in my command right there. And again, I'll show you on the screen what this command indicates and why we use it. And from there, it looks like we got a database. So if we ls, we see we have a folder with database. And if we cd into database and ls again, it shows us a database SQLite, which is a type of database. So let's go ahead and go into the database now. So I'm going to clear it to keep it nice and clean for all of you. And then from here, let's go ahead and check out exactly what type of database this is. So we could do a file database.SQLite, and that will show us that it's a SQLite 3 database right there. So let's go ahead and clear it from there and then do an SQLite 3, and then we'll pick our database and we'll go into it. And from here we could do a .help to get some commands that we may be confused about or we're missing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Control D to clear, to get out of the SQLite database and clear it so I can start at the top. And from here we'll do a period tables to show us the contents of this SQL data. And it looks like it came back with let's see, 5 tables. The most interesting ones are probably the password resets, followed by the users. So let's go ahead and select everything from the password resets. And let's do it this way, from password resets. And I forgot the little semicolon or the little dots, whatever that is called. I forgot to put that in. So let's start that over from password resets. And it looks like there isn't anything in there. So let's try users and see if there's anything in the users one. And we came back with a bunch of different information. So it looks like there is 3 users. All right, Junior. Okay, and it looks like there is their email address and there is their password. So we're gonna have to start cracking some hashes. So it looks like there's some dates in there, but let's go ahead and copy this, clean it up, throw it into our notes, and then see what type of hashes there are. So let's go from there. So I'm gonna Control D to get out of the SQLite database, and then I'm going to clear it. And from here, we can go ahead and start throwing what we just copied from the database into either a nano file or a Vim file or a VS Code file or a Notepad file, whatever file. But let's go ahead and do that and then figure out what the hashes are. So I'm going to do nano hashes to keep it nice and simple. And let's go ahead and let's see here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the dates, right? I don't need the dates. So there goes the dates. And okay, so that is probably the hash, the beginning part. And then there is their email and then username. So I don't need their email. I'm going to keep their email separate, but I just want the hashes. So I believe the hashes are the beginning part. I'm going to clean this up. Okay. And let's remove the dates. And what I'm doing is I'm holding Alt when I want to delete more than one line. I'm holding Alt and then I'm deleting, and that's going to delete the words. So that just deleted that whole line right there. And then from here, if I hold Control, the arrow, it's going to shoot me across each word as well. So there we go. Let's go ahead and delete that as well. Okay, so now we have 3 different hashes for those users and those emails, and we could go ahead and write that to the hashes. I did a Control O and then a Control X to get out of nano. So, but if you're ever confused, the commands are at the bottom here. So I'm going to go ahead and save that again, get out of it, and then clear it. And then let's figure out exactly what these hashes are. So, all right, from here, let's go ahead and just cat the hashes, and we're just going to go down the list. So we're going to take the first hash, we're going to copy this, and we're going to go either the crack station or we're going to go to hashes.com, and we're going to paste in our hashes there. And let's see if this website can figure it out. So I'm going to put in the I am not a robot code, and let's see it can figure it out. So it looks like it found that hash, and there is the password. So the password is admin. So I'm going to copy that. We're going to go back into the login page. So let's go ahead and do that now. All right, back in the login page. So let's figure out how to take that password that we got, and log in with those credentials. So what I'm looking for is maybe a way of logging out, but I'm not seeing any way of logging out. So maybe we could do log out. No, that doesn't work. Okay, so I think the option that we need to do is we need to go into inspect mode, and from here we need to go into the storage tab right over here, and we need to delete all our cookies. So now that's deleted, we can refresh the page, and from here now we can take that password that we got and the email that we got and throw it into here. So let's go ahead and do that now. Here we go. So there is the email address, and enter in admin1, and let's see if that works. So that did work. So we were able to get in, and there is the challenge flag. So I'm going to copy that and throw it in, and that's it for that challenge. So not seeing anything else, but yeah. So that was a lot of fun. That was a fun challenge. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, go ahead and throw them in the comments. And of course, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.